right, people. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Listen, uh, transfer deal day, right? The transfer window is finally shut. All right. The transfer window is finally shut, people. The transfer window is done. All right. There's no more us waiting to see, okay, what is going to happen to us. It is over. Transfer window is shut, people. Welcome. Smash a like as you're coming in. Zaid, what's going on, my man? Listen, it's done. Transfer window, finito. All right. What did we have today? Finally, man. Finally, we got Ugarte. Ugarte is officially a red, people. Ugarte is officially a red. What's going on, people? Welcome. Smash a like as you coming in, guys. I mean, listen, this has been a long transfer window, I gotta say. Long transfer window, but yeah, we go through it. We go through it. And you know what? We're gonna start with, today it was crazy, man. Like I'm telling you, I was sitting there waiting. Okay, what's up with the Ugarte thing? Why is it not being made official? Right? Well, I was like, okay, is this deal, is it gonna fall through? What was going on, right? So, I'm sitting there and just waiting. Finally, after seeing some of Romano's posts, Romano was like, listen, this thing is going to happen. They're just waiting to, obviously, finalize Napoli, McTominay to Napoli before they can, announce the Ugarte deal. Zaid, we're gonna talk about the window later, man. We're gonna rate the window. I want everybody to rate this window, on the scale of 1 to 10. What do you give it? Um, to me, from the top, I was good to go with what we have, right? But the important thing is, guys, Man United have completed deal to sign midfielder Manuel Ugarte from PSG, right? Basically, the deal was, if you forgot, is 50 million with another 10 million add-ons, potential add-ons, right? The Uruguay international, Ugarte has signed a 5-year deal with an option to extend for a further year, right? He joins Lenny Yoro, Joshua Zirkzee, and Matthias De Ligt, Mazraoui. So listen, five signings, man. It's crazy, right? I don't remember the last time we had 5 players coming on board. This is good stuff, man. This is good stuff. This report I'm reading, it's from what does it say? ESPN. They're saying, oh, this is from Dan Ashworth, saying that signing Manuel was another of our primary targets for this summer, right? Dan Ashworth, right, saying signing Manuel Ugarte was another of our primary targets for this summer, right? Man United sporting director, that's what he said in the club's announcement. He said he is among the very best ball-winning midfielder players in the world and has an excellent record at both club and international level. His qualities, experience, and passion will be great complement to our strong group of midfielders. Manuel Ugarte is a player we have watched closely, and we are excited. Yes, we are excited to see the positive impact he will make on the pitch and in the dressing room as we continue to strive for success. Those are the words of our director of football, Dan Ashworth, guys. Listen, this is exciting stuff, man. This is exciting. We've been waiting for this, for the club to make this official. I said, does this man that son? Listen, we're gonna talk about the Sancho deal after this, man. The 23-year-old Ugarte, that is, had stints at Portuguese Sporting Lisbon and other teams, and what is it? Famalicão in Uruguay. Ugarte made his debut for the national team in 2021. He played 22 times for his national side. Basically, he made 37 appearances for PSG last season, including 25 in Ligue 1, right? Jay, you're some welcome, welcome. Smash that like as you're coming in, people. Um, Jay, as you're saying, you're sitting with your cousin. Listen, cousin, welcome to the show, man. You know, it's deadline day, but the transfer window is shut down. It's closed, right? People, make sure you share the stream, man. That way other people can enjoy it as well. I appreciate you all doing that. And yeah, and hitting that follow if you haven't done so, right? So listen, what did it say? I'm reading the article. It's Ugarte said this. It is an incredible feeling to join a club of this magnitude, one that is admired all around the world. This is you know, and he says, listen, the project that the football leadership discussed with me is extremely exciting, right? Manchester United is an ambitious club, and I am an ambitious player, right? Listen, this is again another player talking about the project that was sold to him, right? Ugarte said the same thing. Ineos came and sold him the project. Lenny Oro said and same thing. With they were sold the project. And listen, this project, from what we see from this transfer window, this is one transfer window, guys. One transfer window. We see what Ineos, this new team, right? Ineos can do, right? One transfer window, brought in 5 players. You know, we offloaded a whole bunch. Yes, we still have some that still need to go. Maguire needs to go. Casemiro eventually needs to go. Ericsson needs to go. Lindelof needs to go. So yeah, so we still have pieces that need to go. But one transfer window, these guys did this much, right? I mean, it's to me, I find it extremely exciting, right? So also today on the side note, but Man United also confirmed the signing of Mali youth international midfielder Sekou Kone, right? A 10-year-old from Malian club Guidars FC, right? Basically, and also today, also it was confirmed that Scott McTominay, made it official as a Napoli player. Listen, one thing I gotta say, man, Napoli, the way they received Scott McTominay, it warmed my heart. Honestly, I felt, I felt good that they already he's already becoming a hero. And also after watching, I don't know if you guys have seen that video that Manchester United released of his compilation. Like Bruno said something on there. Johnny Evans, saying goodbye to Scott McTominay. That was a nice video, man. That was a nice I like what Man United did right there to put that video together for Scotty to say bye to the fans and stuff, right? It was good, and it was also emotional too, man. We've seen Scott McTominay. I remember seeing him making his debut, man, right? And then now he's all grown up, Scott McTominay, moving on to other challenges, right? So this is it's good, it's good, and it shows how ambitious he also is, right? To take everything he knows, his DNA is Manchester United, right? And now he said, listen, I'm gonna go to Napoli and make my name there, right? Which is good. It shows the kind of person he is. And Ten Hag was also saying that if it was not for a financial fair play, if it was not a money situation, quote unquote, right? They would not have sold Scott McTominay, but they had to offload him. That way they can get some money in. That money was able to give us Ugarte, right? So it was good. It was good. And definitely we definitely got a good fee for him. For as Zaid said, yeah, we got a really good fee for Scott McTominay. And I'm happy for that. I know he's going to kill it over there at Napoli for sure, right? Again, with Serie A football, it's kind of slower, and he's going to be banging goals, man. I like that. I like that. So it was good to see that. So a lot was happening today. I thought we're gonna have last minute incomings. But again, Ineos, Dan Ashworth, Barada, they're rolling different, man. We don't need to make last minute deals, right? We're good for where we are. We don't need because last couple of windows, guys. Remember, we would be sitting the last in as we're watching the window getting closer to shutdown, we'll see, okay, what deals are we going to make? Are we going to make a loan move here, a loan move there? Because ideally you would think, okay, because we need a left back, right? So you would think, in the past, we would have gone for, a loan move to try to put a band-aid on our issue with the left back. But it looks like Ineos, they say, no, we're not going to do that this time, right? We're just going to say, okay, we're going to use the players that we have, right? Ten Hag also agreed with that. He said, listen, we have Mazraoui can cover left back, Dalot can cover left back, and then hopefully Luke Shaw, Malacia, they will get back. Again, we don't really want to count on those two, Luke Shaw and Malacia, because they could break down very quickly, right? So we really can't count on them, but we do have some kind of coverage. And also, Lisandro Martinez can also play a left back when needed. Hopefully, we don't see him on left back. I like him in center back position where he's more efficient, right? So they did not get a stopgap to cover. Now, will this be a mistake? I don't know. We shall see, because listen, some of these decisions, right, they may backfire if we get a bunch of injuries. Because if you have a bunch of injuries, then you get short. You become short-staffed. You don't have a coverage in each of the positions, so it becomes an issue. But hopefully, knock on wood, this season, after this, Lenioro comes back, after Rasmus Højlund comes back, you know what? After Mason Mount comes back, maybe we will not have as many injuries as last season. But so far, it's not starting well. It's not starting well, man, because Mason Mount came back. Now he's out again. I mean, it's frustrating, but it is what it is. We keep it moving. Jay here is saying he would rather keep McTominay. Listen, we had to let him go, man, because we needed the money. We needed the money, and we needed a proper fix in that midfield. And Ugarte, he's young. And Ten Hag, I don't know, there was a clip that I saw him talking before the Liverpool game. He would say, listen, Ugarte fits exactly for what they need in that engine, right? In that midfield, because they need a destroyer. They need someone with legs, someone with passion, someone who can win the ball quicker, and advance the ball. That's what they needed, right? Ugarte is not going to be the player like Michael Carrick. You get the ball, he controls, dribbles, and tries to hit intricate, like cross ball passes and all this stuff. He's not going to do that. He's a ball winner. He's going to win the ball and then give it to people who know what to do with it. Kobe Mainoo, Bruno, that kind of thing, right? And he can string a couple of passes, here and there, pretty decently, but he's not that kind of player. He is going to be a destroyer, break down those teams when they're trying to come through our midfield, right? That's what he's going to give us, and I cannot wait to see him. Now, yes, we're going to have to wait until the international break, because obviously we did not, Man United did not sign him early enough for him to make the bench for the Liverpool game, which is, it is what it is. And again, he didn't have much, preseason, or he didn't really train as much. So it's okay. No need to rush him. People, smash a like, please, on the video, and share the stream. That way other people can enjoy, right? So we're going to have to wait. And listen, we waited this long. It's not too bad to wait a couple more weeks for the transfer window to pass by, and we'll see him in action, right? Now, I really hope that when we win, obviously, that game against Liverpool, because I would hate to go on international break on the back of a loss from those Liverpool pain folks. We don't want to see that, right? We definitely don't want to see that. So we shall see. We shall see. So Ugarte, I'm checking the pictures, seeing also one of the when Man United announced, Ugarte was like, yeah, finally, I'm finally red, and he was like, he said, finally they're announcing it, because he's just like us. He was sitting there waiting, man. When are they going to make this thing official? I want to share posts on social media and stuff. Show people my pictures with the new kit, right? Doing all this promotional stuff. He couldn't do it because that he wasn't officially announced as a Man United player. So it's good that that one is out of the way. We're good to go. And of course, one of the big thing today also that we were watching, all of us around the world, when it comes to Man United was Jaden Sancho, right? Jaden Sancho is out of here, man. Jaden Sancho is out of here. Jaden Sancho, let's pull up what Fabrizio Romano said about Jaden Sancho. Let's see what he said officially. What words he used. We do know it's a here we go, but let's see what he said about Jaden Sancho here. Um, okay. So Fabrizio Romano said, breaking Jaden Sancho to Chelsea. It's a here we go. All right. Loan deal with an obligation to buy clause agreed between the clubs. Guys, this is what we wanted. Personally, this is exactly what we wanted. We wanted the loan with an obligation to buy, right? A loan with the obligation to buy, because then we know we have washed our hands with Jadon Sancho, right? Because come end of the season, Chelsea, they're going to give us our, I think, I don't know how much we agreed. Is it 25 million or something like that for him? They're going to give us our money and then they get to deal with him, right? We don't have to sit there at the end of the season, try to figure out what we're going to do with Jadon Sancho again. That chapter is done, right? Fabrizio continues saying that Sancho already said yes and he wanted Chelsea move. Deal is now agreed between all parties. Man United accepted the proposal and deal is now set to be signed. And I saw some pictures him signing as a Chelsea player. I wonder how Chelsea, fans are feeling, right? I wonder how they're feeling because, again, we pretty much got rid of our junk to them. So here, you can have it, right? you can deal with him. You can add him to your 500 players that you have. Chelsea's crazy, man. Chelsea has a whole bunch of players. Like with him, right? He's going to be. He's not a guaranteed starter in that team. He's going to be battling with, João Felix, a whole bunch of players at Chelsea. So anyway, it is not our problem. Finally, he's out the door. But what did we do? Did we just strengthen Chelsea? I would say so, right? Zaid, you're saying, why did we sell him to? Listen, that's another thing. Zaid is asking, why did we sell him to a rival, right? It might come to bite us in the behind, right? Yes, 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 yes. That is a thing that worries me a lot. Ideally, we wanted to send him to Juventus, but that deal did not work out. Because he's a London kid, he wanted to go obviously to go back to London. And I saw somewhere that Sancho is also a fan of Chelsea, right? Obviously growing up from London, London team, Chelsea was his team. So, he wanted to go to Chelsea. Now, could it bite us in the back? Yeah, it could. Because now, for top four positions, for example, we'll be fighting with Chelsea. Now, Chelsea having weapons like him, I'm glad they didn't finalize the deal for Osimhen, because if they signed Osimhen as well, oh my gosh, right? So still, whatever weapons they have now in the front line, the wings and all this stuff, they have a good team. So it's going to be tough, right? And I would hate to see him, him at Chelsea, and then he starts cooking, because Moretzka may turn him to be like the way he went to Dortmund, right? When he went to Dortmund, he played well. So again, it could be one of those. He goes to Chelsea, he's going to start cooking, right? So Jay here saying Chelsea want to sell Raheem Sterling. Yeah, I know, Jay. The Chelsea was trying to pull a fast one on us, trying to give us Ben Chilwell and Sterling. Psst, please, I'm so glad we didn't fall for that. And of course, it didn't make any sense for Ineos what they're trying to build, right? They're trying to bring in players that are under 26. Most of, if you still look at our players that they brought in, our average age is under 26, if I'm not mistaken. So to come in to bring a Sterling at 29, and I don't know how old is Ben Chilwell, it did not make sense. So I'm glad they didn't do this, because this could have I'm telling you, it could have ruined the entire window for me, right? Because had they signed Sterling or Ben Chilwell, I could have started deducting points. When you rate this window like out of 10, I could have started deducting points, man, for just doing a crazy, crazy, crazy move like that, right? So I'm glad that we didn't get Sterling in. Right now, we're just going to roll the dice and stick with what we have. Another one which I thought we would be going was Lindelof, but Lindelof is going to stay. And another player who can play in the left back, if we need one, is Lindelof. So listen, we have coverage, right? And I think that's why Ineos and Ten Hag, they were not really worried about what they're going to do, right? So, but again, coming back to Sancho, in the past, in Sir Alex days, this would have never, ever, ever, ever happened. Us selling a player to our rivals, never happened. Imagine back in the day, we say, "Oh, we're gonna sell David Beckham to Chelsea or Liverpool, or something like that." Never happened. Never happened. But you can see how Ineos, felt with Jadon Sancho, right? They were willing to say, you know what, we have to do whatever we need to do to get rid of this dude from our team, uh, to let him go, get rid of his salary, get him out the door, man. So I think that's what they ended up doing. We're like, forget about it. We're gonna roll the dice and allow him to go to Chelsea. And yes, he could bite us in the back, you know, but they were willing to let him go. But in the past, this would have never happened. And there's going to be a huge backlash on obviously on Sancho going to Chelsea, because obviously rivals and all this stuff. But listen, no longer a problem. No longer a problem. We're eliminating the toxicity, right? There was this toxicity in the dressing room that kind of Sancho was bringing, like last season, putting that post, saying the manager is kind of using him as a scapegoat and all this stuff. So, which is good. Right now, our dressing room is good vibes. We're not going to have leaks. Remember, guys, we used to have leaks. Ten Hag this, Ten Hag that. We need like this season to be smooth. No drama. No drama. We just need to keep our heads down and play ball, right? Um, Jay here is saying that maybe youngsters will be the best decision for United. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Jay. Yeah, he's saying maybe youngsters will be best decision for United. Giggs, Beckham, were good. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what Ineos is trying to do now, right? To bring in the kid Kone, Chido Obi Martin. He's going to be finalized here soon also with him. It hasn't been finalized because there's some money that needs to be paid, I think, to Arsenal, and they'll finalize the deals, and then he'll be good to go. Basically, they're bringing in these talents for the future, right? That way, we don't miss out on these, like the players like Kone, who can be a really good midfielder for us. In the past, we would have probably not signed a player like him, because we were like, listen, we're here to sell shirts, man. And most of the players that we sign now, they're really not big names, right? We're not here to prioritize selling jerseys. We are here with this team, the Ineos team, Barada, Ashworth, Wilcox. They're footballing people. They're prioritizing footballing decision to get us to that next level, right? So, I mean, I'm really excited, very optimistic, because Sir Jim and the whole team, they really backed Ten Hag, right? They really backed him. And again, Ten Hag has no excuses, none whatsoever, right? He got his players. He needs to stop being stubborn and play his best and put out his best team out there, right? Instead of sticking with Maguire, start the lit, man. Right, Ten Hag? Start the lit. There's a reason why you brought these players in. You need to start your best team. And when Ugarte is ready to go, start Ugarte. Don't be scared to bench Casemiro, right? That's why you signed Ugarte, man. Start it. You know what I mean? And then instead of playing the false nine, Bruno and all this stuff, start Xerxes, or play Rasmus. Play your best players, and And then it is what it is. Mano Ugarte has joined the chat. What's going on, Mano Ugarte? Welcome to Manchester United. Oh man, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, man. So listen, this squad, honestly, the team, the players that we have now, we are stacked. In all most of the departments like defense, we're decent. Midfield, midfield of Ugarte. You have Ugarte, you have Casemiro, you have Mount when he's fit. You have Bruno, Menu, Ericsson, right? It's okay. We can manage it. And that being said, listen, we need to obviously finish top four, right? We need to finish at least top four, and it's gonna be interesting. Uh, uh, Mario Ugarte said, "Thanks. I was tired of PSG." Listen, I know, man. I know. You needed to make a change, right? And you are at the right place, man. You're gonna make history here at Manchester United by winning trophies, right? That's what Ugarte is saying. That's what we are hoping, man. This guy, I think, is going to be an instant hero, just like Lisandro Martinez. Because whenever I look at his compilations and stuff, it gives me that vibe, man. That that these uh, uh, South American players and stuff like they have that tenacity, that fight. Whenever you see Lisandro Martinez, he plays like he has a chip on his shoulder, man. Like he takes no nonsense. Whenever he's coming from the ball, he takes you, the ball, and everybody. So I cannot wait to see him being that tenacious, right? And definitely he's going to be automatically. Lisandro Martinez always plays for the badge, So all these new players that we're bringing in, they have a really good leader there when it comes to Lisandro Martinez because they see, he loves the club. He plays for the badge. He leaves everything on the field. You know what I mean? And that's what we want. That's what we've always been used to. Some of you guys, you're old enough, you remember Roy Keane, right? He did not mess with Roy Keane, man. Like that team, like everybody was playing for the badge. And that's what we need to build. We need that back, right? Not just playing for the cash and for the money. You want to show the players that listen, the fans, like, listen, you are here because you love the club and you want to make your mark. And it's a good thing. Most of the players that we sign now, they're young, so they're on their like first or second contract, right? So it means they have another level they can get to. So they're gonna keep on working as hard because they want to get that third contract and get more money, kind of thing. So they'll play hard, right? So this is it's been an exciting time, and it's an exciting time to be a Man United fan for sure. To see our club changing for the good. We started with the coaching staff. We see the Ruud van Nistelrooy coming in. And we see all these young players coming. We're not going to be perfect. We're going to make mistakes uh, during the road to getting to where we need to be, right? But the good thing is Ten Hag has that support structure, right? People who can help him. He doesn't have to sit here and try to figure out, okay, what players and to bring in and all this stuff, because he has a team for that now, right? So it's definitely good stuff. And I'm seeing here from Fabrizio Romano, Raheem Sterling to Arsenal is a here we go. Agreement done on loan move from Chelsea. Chelsea accept final conditions, and the player wanted to move. And also, the Sterling spoke to Mikel Arteta. Agreement done. So interesting, interesting. Raheem Sterling to Arsenal. Interesting. I'm so glad because guys, I don't know if you saw, right, when Sterling was being linked to Man United, man, people online, they were killing us. They're like, oh my God, you guys are gonna have him, part of your team, blah 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 blah. I'm so glad we dodged that bullet. Yeah, man. So I don't know what Arsenal is doing, Zaid. I don't know what Arsenal is doing, but I know Arsenal needed a striker, right? I don't know why they didn't go for, I don't know, Ivan Tony. I don't know why they didn't go for, a proper striker. But I guess Arteta feels that, you know, maybe Sterling could be that winning that final piece to get him, to win the trophy, the Premier League, right? I don't know. Listen, we shall see. This will be interesting, right? Just seeing Sterling on the wearing that Arsenal jersey, he looks kind of funny. But I'm glad he's not our red, man. I'm glad he's not Manchester United red, right? So we dodged the bullet on that one, right? So, and again, those links, man. When people are talking about, oh, this guy could be coming, to Man United, it did not make sense. His age profile, he did not work for us. Um, yeah, let me ask you all this on the comments below. Zaid asked a really good question here, saying, "Who is your favorite signing this season?" Drop a comment on the chat and let me know. Listen, to me, I gotta say, I think it has to be the lit, man. It has to be the lit. To me, it has to be the lit. Mano Ugarte here is saying Ugarte, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think to me, I'm thinking the reason I'm saying the lit is because he's going to allow us to, to progress the ball into the midfield. Like he's going to complement Lisandro Martinez pretty well, right? Zaid is saying Lenny Yoro or the lit. Yeah, Lenny Yoro is exciting because also he's 18, so he's young. We really don't know what we're gonna get from him, right? So he's one of those like I cannot wait to see what he can do, kind of thing, right? Jay is saying Delit, yeah, man, yeah, yeah. So yeah, man. So this window has been great so far. Like all the players, man. What surprised? I'm really surprised with Mazraoui. Mazraoui has really surprised me. This guy hit the ground running. Like he's playing as if he has been playing for Man United for the longest time, man. Right? I mean, I'm so surprised on how quickly he adapted. So then again, so this is to me, he's the biggest surprise. Zaidi saying he looked good against Rangers. Yeah. So I'm Lenny Yoro, right? Yeah, yeah. Lenny Yoro looked really good against Rangers. I liked it. Right. Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, he looked decent, man. I'm gutted that he got injured, and I'm glad that he's young, so he's gonna hopefully he heals quicker, right? Uh, Mano Ugarte said he has a good feeling about Sekou Kone, but most of these young players like Kone, Chido Obi Martin, and coming in, it's going to be really, I don't know how quickly they'll get integrated into the first team. Most likely, I think they're going to end up starting with the, under 18s or something like that, right? The youth team, I don't think they'll come straight to the first team. Obviously, they would need to come in, kind of prove themselves, and then before they get promoted to the first team. But yeah, I like the young signings as well. Kone, Chido, with Martin, because you can see what if you look at on YouTube and see what they can do. They got really good potential, right? In the past, I used to think that Hadibu Mejbri was going to be a really good player for us going forward, but he didn't really deliver. But again, him going to Burnley, it will be it could be a perfect fit for him. He could light it up over there, right? So this window, Ineos they've done really well, man. Like offloading all these players, finally getting rid of Donny van de Beek, who was another really frustrating, man. Donny van de Beek when he came, we thought, okay, he's gonna do good. Injuries and everything, he flopped. So I'm glad we got rid of him as well. Manu Ugarte is saying Kone took his small country of Mali to the semifinal for under 18 World Cup. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. So guys, Manu Ugarte here is saying he has insight on Kone. Kone took his small Mali country to the semifinal of under 18 World Cup. All right. So he has potential, man. He has potential. He could be that the replacement for the future replacement for Bruno Fernandes, because he's young enough. Bruno has what, a few years to go. Maybe it could be that he could be debutized to play in that Bruno role. Maybe, I don't know. We shall see, man. We shall see. But it's definitely exciting times. So, guys, let me know how would you rate this transfer window for me, guys. This transfer window, I will give it definitely 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. That's how I would rate it. You guys let me know how would you rate this transfer window. If we were able to bring in to offload, it would be a 10 out of 10, obviously, if we got a left back. Not just a stopgap, but a proper left back, a young, up and coming kind of thing, right? That would be good. Zaidi saying 8.5, we need another, yeah, we need a left back and another midfielder for sure. So if we got another midfielder and a left back, yeah. But also, it could have been 10 out of 10 for me if we were able to offload Ericsson, Lindelof, right? We're able to offload Maguire, right? And Casemiro. That could have been the 10 out of 10. But again, Rome was not built in a day, they say. So there's always going to be a winter transfer window, and next summer we can get rid of those guys, right? Uh, One thing I'm very surprised, man. Lindelof, he survived another transfer window, man. This guy, right? I don't know. He's going to show up tomorrow in training. Coming to training, and then Dan Ashworth and Barada, they'll be like, "Wait, didn't we sell you? You're still here, Lindelof?" Right? So listen, it's good what you've done so far. 8.5. Listen, I don't remember the last time we had this of a good transfer window. All right, Maguire is good. Yeah, I agree with you, Zaid. Maguire is good squad depth, and he's good, but we can also, he's up there in the age. So ideally, we want to get rid of him. So maybe next summer we can see Maguire go, and then they bring in Brantwaite, because Ineos, they definitely want they want to bring in Brantwaite. So they may go back for Brantwaite and bring him in, right? So that could be something to work on, next transfer window, something for us to look forward to, because the good thing with Maguire is, honestly, as the last couple of games he played well. He played well. That's why he kept his place in the Brighton game, because Maguire was like, listen, I see the lit here, I see Lenioro here. I need to step up my game, man. I need to step up my game, and he stepped up. And listen, Ten Hag has said, listen, I'm always going to reward hard work, and whenever you show up, Ten Hag will keep you in the team. So until you make a mistake, then he takes you out, right? So I know. Jay is saying he thinks winter transfer window is going to be interesting. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because usually we don't do business in the winter transfer window. In the past, I don't know how many windows we haven't really brought anyone in the winter transfer window. So we shall see. All right, we shall see what Ineos does. And again, it will all depend. If we have injuries, then they may need to go in the window and make some moves, right? But Zaid, talking about another midfielder, man, we could. I don't know. I don't see any rumblings going on, but there's that guy by the name of Adrian Rabiot. He's still out there, people. Adrian Rabiot, he's still out there. Let me see. Let me check this real quick to make sure that he's not gone. Rabiot, Adrian Rabiot. Let's see here, Rabiot. Is this? Yeah, I mean, yeah, Adrian Rabiot. I think is still around, and being a free agent, he is not bound by the transfer window shutting down, right? So we may still go in for Adrian Rabiot. They say he's up there. Yeah, Adrian Rabiot, of course, he's up there in the age, but if you bring him in, um, again, it's not going to be long term, you know project. Let's see how old is he. Rabiot age. Yeah, Adrian Rabiot is 29. So again, he may not work for us. I did not realize that. Um, yeah, maybe. I mean, if you bring him in, you give him. Yeah, say Zaid is saying if you bring in Robbie, you give him maybe like 2 to 3 year contract. Yeah, something like that. Because we definitely need we. I thought we were gonna be able to bring in Amrabat, but Amrabat is gone, right? Amrabat is gonna be balling with Jose Mourinho, right? He's gonna be partnering Fred in that midfield, and we will be facing them guys in the Europa, right? So, listen, I wish Amrabat all the best, and I think Man United need to do something for Rabiot, man. They need to give him a video or something saying thank you for his service. Because honestly, Amrabat did really good when he came to us. He waited for us, man. He fought to come to Man United for that last season, and unfortunately he didn't work out for us. We let him go. It is what it is. We moved on. But United should do something. Say hey, thank you for what you did and stuff like that, because we really didn't give him a proper send off. Right. So listen. One thing I can say is this team, where it's going, it's it's exciting. It's exciting to see where this team is going to go, and where we're going to end up finishing. Definitely, of course, I would not take anything less than top four, because we have to be in the Champions League. And Ten Hag needs to watch his back. The reason I'm saying that is because Ineos, they're trying to be slick. Ineos, they brought in Ruud van Nistelrooy to be ready to take over if Ten Hag fails. That's what I'm thinking. That's my theory. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not. Let me know. I think that's what Ineos is doing here, guys. Ruud van Nistelrooy is there, ready to go. And the reason they brought him in also is Ineos, they're thinking ahead, right? If Ten Hag fails, for example, they have a coach in Ruud van Nistelrooy who knows the players. Also, he has already worked with these players, so he knows the players, and also he agrees with the profile of the players that was brought in, so he can work with these players, right? Because in the past, the issues that we had is we would, a new manager will come and then they will need different profile of players, right? But this time, Ruben Nistelrooy is ready to go, right? So again, that's what I'm saying. That's my theory. So Ten Hag needs to be really, on his p's and q's here, right? He needs to deliver. He needs to, start winning, right? Zaid is saying we'll see how Ten Hag does before January. Hey, listen, I know, man, I know. It wouldn't end well if he loses this Liverpool game at home. It will be a disaster, man. It will be a disaster. So he needs to win the Liverpool match, guaranteed, and then that way we can go on the winter in the international break on the back of a win, and then we integrate Ugarte in, and then when we come back, we kick on, right? So this is all good stuff, guys. Listen again, congratulations all for a nice transfer window. I'm looking forward to bigger and better things from our team, right? Top four, bare minimum with a trophy. Guys, I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I'm your boy Luther. This is Man United Central. I will talk to you all on the next one. Peace out. Zowie! Hi, Baba. Hello. How was it? Finish the video? I just finished live. Yeah. I just finished live. On your phone, you do that sometimes. That's what I used to do it. Yeah.